Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to show you how to make these hanging decorations. Now there's three styles, but it's all one pattern. It starts off like this is stage one, and you can have it like a curly icicle. Then stage two turns it into this really pretty corkscrew hanging ornament. And stage three turns it into this beautiful one. Now I'll pop a couple of pictures on with them hanging up. I don't have my Christmas tree up yet, but I've made these. I've made some more, all the same colours. So I'm showing you the variation. Apparently this year it's candy colours for your tree. So these are so pretty. I'll take them off and I'll show you them. But I'll show you the picture of them hanging up. So that's what they'll look like when they're hanging up. It's not what they're going to look like when they're on your tree. They're really easy to do. I'm going to take my stick out of the way. I love them like this. I'm going to show you the stages if you want to do it as an icicle. Then the second stage where it's going to be these curly ones. You can make them as long as you like. It's done with a UK double crochet, which is a single crochet in the USA. That's with stage one. And then it moves on to a UK treble crochet, which is a double crochet in the USA and other countries. Really easy. I'm going to show you how to shape it as well into this really pretty shape as well. It is all in one. It's all twisted together. They're beautiful when they're hanging on your tree. They will be beautiful. I've done them in all these different colours. The yarn I've used is King Cole Baby Glitz because it has a glitter in it. You can see it there. It's got a glitter through it. You can use any yarn you want. Obviously, if you use thicker yarn, it's going to be a bit bigger and a little bit thicker as well. I used one full-size smaller hook. The yarn said to use a 4mm hook and I used a 3 to get it nice and compact. It looks kind of like an acorn when it's done in this shape. Now this one is just slightly longer. Now I'm going to tell you this. Each loop is 20 stitches. So you'll need to add to your chain an extra 20 stitches for your loop. And this is only 20 stitches, believe it or not. So it's 40 stitches all together. Now this one looks longer because it doesn't have these extra layers on it. When you do the extra layers, it pulls it in a bit tighter. You can do more than 20 stitches for these and they'll be longer. Make them as long as you want, but add 20 extra stitches for the loop. I'm going to show you how to make these. So to do these little twisted corkscrew decorations, there's 3 different styles you can do. There's, like I've showed you at the beginning, there's 3 different sets. You can do one long thin one that looks like a nice twisted icicle. You can do a second set on it to make it that middle one. And then you can do a third one. I'm going to take you through the stages of each one. I do have a few of the thicker ones in a stage and I'll show you at a certain point and I'll show you that. I'll change from this one to those ones that I've already got done. Now you can chain as many as you want, but I did find that 20 is a reasonable number to give you a nice size icicle. So you need 20 for your icicle and 20 for your loop. So you're going to chain 40 stitches. 40 stitches. If you want your icicle longer, you'll either do 25 and then 20 for your loop. Whatever you want, the size you want your icicle, you'll add an extra 20 stitches to make your loop at the top. So I'm going to chain 40 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to count back 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Now I'm going to make my loop. Just go through that number 20 stitch. Pull your yarn through and I'm going to do a UK double crochet. That's a single crochet if you're in the USA. Now that's my loop done. Now into that same stitch there, I'm going to put one more UK double crochet. And if you're in the USA, these are single crochets. Into that same stitch. Now I'm going to put 2 into each stitch all the way down to the bottom. So that's 2 UK double crochets or 2 USA single crochets into each stitch. So whatever country you're in, you follow what the stitch is. So into the next stitch, I'm going to put 2. 1 and 2. 2 into the next stitch, all the way down. 1 and 2. Into the next stitch. 1 and 2. The next one. 1 and 2. So whatever length that you're going to do your icicle, you'll put 2 UK double crochets into each stitch. That's 2 USA singles into each stitch. Now I've done my 2, that's my loop, and I've done my 2 stitches into each stitch, and it makes it start to twist almost right away. Now I'm down at the bottom. I've got my last 2 to put in. Pull through, oops, get my tail out of the road. 1 and 2. Now what you can do now is you can keep that as an icicle. You can keep it as a little thin icicle with your loop. All you'll do is just take your yarn out, cut your yarn and pull it through the loop, and then use a darning needle to stitch in your ends, and you'll have the icicle thin like that. Now that's stage 1 of the icicles, so you can have it like this if you just want little corkscrew icicles. Now stage 2, to make it like this, that's stage 1, a thin little curly icicle. Stage 2 is this one. So I'll show you how to do this one. So if you want to continue on and make them like that other one, you're going to catch your yarn and your tail end. Catch the both of them and you're going to chain 4. 1, just pull them both through, 2, 3 and 4. Just leave your tail end there. We're going to cut that off in a minute. Now you're going to go back down, turn it around so it's the right way around, and into that very first stitch, you're going to put 2 more UK treble crochets. If you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. So I can trim that tail end off now. So we can trim that off. Trim your tail end off. It's all tied in when we did that chain of 3. So I've got 1 and 2. Now into there we're going to put 1 more stitch. So that's 3 into the first stitch. You've got the chain we did plus 2. Now into the next stitch, you're going to do 4 UK treble crochets. That's double crochets if you're in the USA. So now I'm just going to call it a stitch. So whatever country you're in, do that stitch. We're going to put 4 into the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now into the next stitch, the very next stitch, you're going to put 5 stitches into that one stitch. So it's 3, 4, and then 5. Then the next stitch will be 3, the next one will be 4, and then 5. The next stitch, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to your loop. So my next stitch, I need to put 5, and you'll see it start to curl. 1, it's curling already. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see it wanting to start to curl. So into the next stitch, we'll go back to 3. We're going to put 3 in. 1, 2, 3. Into the next stitch, we're going to do 4. So it's 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, onto the same stitch, 3, and 4. So we've done 4. So you can see it curling. So into the next stitch, we put 5. Then you'll put 3 into the next one, 4 into the next one, then 5. 3, 4, 5. Sets of 3, set of 4, then a set of 5. So I've done my last set of 5 and I'm at the top where my hoop is. Now what I'm going to show you is get yourself a couple of little markers. What we're going to do is just curl it around your first one. Curl around. Get that out of the way so you can see. Now, just go in about 5 stitches from where it meets, from where this top one sort of sits comfortably on the layer underneath. Count 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do a little overlap, and put that pin in there. Now you're going to go all the way down to the bottom, 1, 2, 3. So halfway around this number 3, 1, 2, 3, the third layer, halfway around, stick another pin in, because we're going to change the amount of stitches we're doing. All the way around to this first pin, we're going to put 3 stitches into each stitch, just from here to here. Then the rest of it is going to get 2 stitches into each stitch. And the last one is going to be 1 stitch into each stitch. And that's going to help it do that really nice drop. It will make it look really pretty. So I'm going to do a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn my work around. Now into the very bottom of that chain of 3, put 2 more stitches. It's a treble crochet if you're in the USA. It's a treble crochet if you're in the UK, and it's a double crochet if you're in the USA. So that chain and those 2 stitches makes 3. Into the next stitch, you're going to put 3. Going to put 3 stitches into each stitch until you get to that marker. 1, 2, and 3. The next one, put 3. 1, 2, and 3. The next one, you put 3. 1, 2, and 3. So I've got this one. I'm working on this one. And I've got around, I've taken my marker out, but you can see that's your loop. And I've went just like 5 or 6 stitches, 4, 5, it's up to you, 5 or 6 around, just to give it that nice little top on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work from here. I've taken my marker out. We're going to work right down to the next marker. Now I've left like 3, 1, 2, so on my third one, in the middle of that third one, 1, 2, 3, I've put another marker. So between this one and that one, we're only going to put 2 into each stitch. So I'm going to get myself comfortable with this. And into the next stitch, we're going to put 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Into the next one, put 2. A little group of 2. 1 and 2. The next one, 1 and 2. Now I'm making quite a few of these in different colours. So I'm almost down to where my marker is, with my 2 stitches on each stitch. I'll take the marker out and I'll show you what it looks like. So doing 3 at the top gives it that nice little twist, and then doing 2 keeps it all nice and neat. It keeps it all nice and neat so that it actually looks and drapes really pretty. So now what we're going to do is, for the rest of the stitches, we're only going to put 1 into each stitch. Only 1. So 1 into each stitch. And it's going to give it a nice uniform fall. I have been experimenting with this, and if you put too many stitches in, it goes really ruffled. And what it does is it keeps that nice little pear shape, that nice little drop, almost like an acorn, from that really nice twist at the top. Keeps it quite uniform. And when you get down to the bottom, it'll keep it tight at the bottom. So I've come down and I've got 4 stitches left. I'm going to put a half treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. That's a half double crochet if you're in the USA. I'm going to put my yarn over and go into the stitch and pull through. Now pull through those 3 loops and do the same again. Yarn over into the next stitch and pull through the 3 loops. It's going to slowly bring the stitch from a big stitch to a little stitch. The last stitch, I'm going to do a double crochet, just like we did at the beginning. So in, no yarn over, pull through and finish the stitch. That's a double crochet in the UK and a single in the USA. Now my very last stitch, I'm just going to slip stitch. Push my hook through, pull my yarn through and pull it through that loop. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to cut my yarn. Get my darning needle and I'm going to sew in my end. Just sew the end in. I'm going to come through the loop my crochet hook left, and I'm just going to bring the tail end in through, oops, not that part, some of these stitches. Just, you can make them longer if you want. I really do think this third one is so much prettier. That's pretty as well. That pink is beautiful. And all this is done with King Cole baby glitz. I've got all just my odd balls of yarn. This is King Cole baby glitz yarn. And I've got this lilac one as well. And I don't know where my skinny little icicle one is. Here it is. I've still got, and I've got my skinny little one. So you can do stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3. I prefer this one. These are pretty as well. You can do them any colour that you want. This one is just like a little twisted icicle. And then you put your next row on, which is, you'll start with 3 into each stitch, 4 into the next stitch, 5 into the next stitch, then back to 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. And then with this one, it's just the way I've showed you. We're going to do 3 into each stitch, just until it kind of overlaps. And then you'll do 2 into all of these ones, and then 1 into there. Now you can, if you want, just put 2 in all the way down. It brings it into that nice little cone shape on the end. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.